Alright, class, this is some of the equipment that I was mentioning earlier. We have our turntable right here with our various turntable accessories. And we have our phono amplifier right here, which has a grounding wire that gets attached on the back there. If you don't use that, you'll usually get a bad hum or buzz in your recording. So it is very much advised that you ground your turntable. And here is our stereo RCA to 1/8 of an inch mini jack connector, or cable rather. And as you can see, this mini jack is a stereo mini jack because it has those two black lines there. That means it has both the left and right audio channels. If we were converting a mono or non-stereo recording today, we could use this cable right here, which has a USB connector on one end, which is plug and play. So Audacity detects this as a sound input source immediately. But I only have this converter right here. I have to use a converter because this is a 1/4 inch jack right here for like an electric guitar, etc. And this converter to 1/8 of an inch mini jack here, it only has one black line, so you can see that it would only work on a mono recording, which is usually the left audio channel or the white RCA cable. So now I have here some of the recent records that I've purchased at the music shows that I've been to, and like these are some bloat records. We got like Pork Torta, Monster Pussy, Mr. Free and the Satellite Freakout, and as you can see here on the Pork Torta record, there is a free MP3 download of the entire album. And this is a very handy feature because you can get your MP3 audio download and never even have to play your record. You can just put it on the shelf and collect it. Which, half the fun of records is collecting them. As you can see, or in a moment you'll see, Professor Styles here has quite a few records in his collection, in my collection. So this can be quite a tedious task, the conversion of all this media. So when you can get a MP3 download, it is very much, well, it's very convenient, very handy. So I was able to do that for these two records, for the Pork Torta's Casual Living and Monster Pussy's Tales of the City, and the MP3 downloads. But for Mr. Free and the Satellite Freakout, there is no such download option. So we have to convert the media if we want to listen to it on computers or iPods, portable digital media players, etc. So let's go ahead and start the process. As you can see, I have already loaded the turntable up with the LP record. LP stands for long play. This is a 33 RPM record, which I have the turntable set to, the 33 rotations per minute speed. The 45 rotations per minute speed is usually for singles, like 7-inch records, because they play faster, and typically are considered to have a higher audio quality or fidelity, but you know, 33 is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. It sounds great. So we have our LP already loaded, and I'll go ahead and cue up the needle here. Get it right about here on the edge of the record. I already converted side A of this record prior to this video recording, so we'll be converting side B. Now we take our 1/8 of an inch mini jack to RCA cable, plug it into our phono amplifier. Now take the mini jack and plug it into the input audio port on the computer, which is usually signified with a red color, like a red ring around the input jack. That's for the microphone import, and the most commonly available option on some sound cards or computers with built-in onboard audio processors. There may be a blue circular jack, which represents the line in option. It works pretty much just like the red microphone jack, but you have to select a different option in the Audacity software for your audio input if you choose to use one port or the other. So I'll go ahead and plug this into the computer. And now we'll queue up our Audacity software program. As you can see, I got it loaded up right there already. Got that on screen by double-clicking the program, launching it just like you would any other program. This is the How to Get Help screen, which doesn't really need much explanation. There's a lot of features in this Audacity program, and here, let me get a better shot of the screen here. There we go. A little more direct. So, yes, this is a free program that you can use for importing audio, and you can download it from the internet free of charge. And I assume that you students have internet access, because you probably wouldn't be watching this otherwise. So that is that. Let's go ahead and close this window and go ahead and look at our sound input options. We have built-in output, built-in input, and stereo selection here. These can all be accessed via the Preferences menu, which, depending upon if you're on a Mac or a PC, is probably located in the Edit menu, or if you're on the Mac, just on the Audacity menu, which is next to the Apple menu. So, in the Preferences window, looks a little something like this. Anyways, so we have a recording option right here, and if you select software playthrough or hardware playthrough, you'll be able to hear the recording as it's being converted to digital. And overdub means that you could record multiple tracks and hear them all at the same time, which is an advanced technique and beyond the scope of this tutorial. But let's say you wanted to take side A and side B of a record and play them together on top of each other. You could do that if you wanted to. You know, like if you're a techno DJ and you want to record a drum track from a record, like oh, I don't know, the Crystal Method perhaps, or John Digweed, you know, or a Paul Oakenfold, or Omar Santana, or what have you. You could record a drum track and make your own synthesizer sounds to play on top of it, you know, and even plug in a microphone and do that, you know, sing on top of it. But again, that is beyond the scope of this tutorial. So we will go ahead and get back to our menu over here, our different sound input options. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that stereo is selected, since this is a stereo recording, and make sure that we have the built-in input selected instead of the microphone. The microphone would of course be the built-in microphone on the computer I have here, so we'd be picking up the sound in the room instead of the sound being piped into the computer. So got built-in input and built-in output. That's just usually your computer speakers or the green circular output port on the sound card, and that should do it. Now all we have to do is press the record button. Oh, also I should mention that your audio input levels are controlled here. So I've already calibrated my audio and found that 0.5 on the meter is the best spot for this recording. So I'll demonstrate in a moment why and how I came to this conclusion after we start recording here. So now I click record, and we got nothing. So I will lower the lever on the needle for the turntable. Now that it has been lowered, lower the lid just for the heck of it. And there is our recording. You can see it right there. Now, if you look over here on the left side of the recording, there are some numbers, and it's best to have the recording at around, excuse me, let me turn down the volume so you can hear me. It is best to have your levels at around 0.5, because if they get up to 1.0, the recording can start to over-modulate, which is not desirable. It will usually sound like the sound will start to break up and sound. It'll sound something like this. Hey, what's going on? Now it'll sound really loud and distorted. So I did a trial run on side A and found the appropriate level by moving the slider right here to the 0.5 for the microphone input volume, and that's it. So I'm gonna let this run for the length of side B on this record, and then I'll show you some finishing touches that you can put on the recording once it's played through, and that'll be that. So be back in a moment.